and buzzer beater upsets. It's March Mayhem with 93.7 The Ticket for the NCAA tournament at Buffalo Wings and Rings on 68th and O.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats. At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
You've got used to one segment of Good Takes in the morning, but now there's a full show of Good Takes at night. Welcome into Raff's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome in, Raff's Good Take on Sports on this Monday, March 16th. It is March, Raff, here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. How you doing, my man? No storms tonight. I see the power is up and going. Last Monday, we battled through the adversity of the storms in Alabama. Got you on the phone and everything and whatnot. We were able to make it work. But we got you here. No storms, it looks like. It looks like you got power. Lights are on. Not doing the show in the dark. But we made it. How you doing, my man?
Doing pretty good. Biggest, funnest week of the year when it comes to college basketball. Started up. The announcement yesterday. Yes, I'm here tonight with power, no storms. However, I will say this. When I lived in Nebraska, that the weather there was the most bipolar in the history of the world. Well, let me tell you, Alabama is right up there with that. Last night, we went to bed, tornado watch. Storm. Really? Yes. Woke up this morning. It went from, let's see here. We golfed yesterday. It was close to 80 degrees.
Okay.
It was 32 degrees when I woke up this morning. At 9:30, I'm talking full whiteout blizzard.
That's crazy.
By 10:30, the snow had pretty much stopped. Today at noon 30, 12:30, all the snow was completely gone, and you'd never known that there was a complete whiteout blizzard at 9. Yeah, it was Alabama's crazy. So another cold day tomorrow, and then back up to 75, I believe, on Wednesday, and then close to 80 on the weekend. So yeah.
Crazy. You mentioned snow. We had snow here yesterday, a little bit, not a lot, but it was windy, so it's blowing everywhere. Now you look outside and it's gone, and it's cold. Like it feels like a December, January day. But by Thursday rolls around, it'll be in the 80s, and then back in the 50s next Monday. So bipolar weather. It's that time of the year. You never know if it's going to be cold. You never know if you have to pack a heavy coat in your car just in case, no matter where you're going. But the Midwest prepared you for that in Alabama. Tornado watch in March seems a little early, but it's the weather. You got to be prepared for anything. And you golfed yesterday and whatnot and all that, and then you have snow, and now it's all gone, and crazy times. But it's March, and March is a fun month for weather, but also a fun month for basketball and other sports because March Madness rolling along. One of the most exciting times of the year, most exciting weeks of the year, Raff.
Yes, and the biggest question I have for you tonight is, have you completed your bracket? Are you a 1 bracket person? Are you a 50 bracket person? Yeah. What kind of person are you?
So I usually fill out an instant reaction bracket. Like, I see the selection show, and I credit the selection show yesterday. They revealed it like 40 seconds into the show. They didn't keep us waiting. I hate that about some of those shows where it's all talk for 50 minutes and then they reveal the bracket or whatever in the final 10 minutes. They got right to business, got the brackets going. So I usually do an instant reaction bracket just so, okay, the brackets come out. It's been, I just watched the entire selection show. I'm going to fill one out, just a reactionary. And then I wait a couple days and kind of read up and whatnot. And then I usually fill one out, usually Wednesday or Wednesday right after the play-in games are in, because they're not, they're technically part of the tournament, but they're not. So I like to see the matchups then there too. So then I usually fill one out there. And then my third one I usually do is upset bonanza one. I like to, see up upsets of just I like, okay, if there's some short pop, I like the team or whatnot, like a Cal Baptist. Hey, first time they've been in the tournament. One of their guys dropped 41 points in a conference tournament game. They're playing Kansas. Sure, why not? Pick them and then get a Cinderella. Like, you never know. Like, that's why there's never been a perfect bracket. Why it's impossible pretty much to have a perfect bracket. But yeah, usually after the first day, I'm usually toast and then the thing's in the trash, or I never look at it again and then forget about it. So, yeah, I'd say about 3. I know some people say, oh, you just need 1 bracket, that you only 1 bracket. No, I do 3 and calling it. Like, once you pass like the 5+ range, you're getting a little too chaotic and a little too bracket crazy.
So which bracket will you submit to the Ticket 93.7 bracket?
It would be the Wednesday one. My Monday one is instant reaction. But if I do feel good about it, there's some years like last year I felt good about it. My one last year, and it was pretty solid. I mean, it was a very chalky year too. There were some upsets. McNeese got a win in the tournament, but it all depends. I've gotten kind of away from the bracket pools and whatnot. Just kind of like do it on my own. Like, oh, look at me, we have a family one and whatnot. Everybody has their own families. Like, it is what it is. Like, sometimes I won't win it because I picked upsets or whatnot. But you got to be risky because that's what helps you down the stretch. Win the upsets. I remember the one year St. Peter's made a run to the Elite Eight. I picked Kentucky to make the Final Four, so I was done after the first day. Not even the first day of games. I was done for. But that's the magic of March and what makes it special. And the bracket it's just fun in general. I remember during like junior high and stuff, we'd have like a class bracket or whatever or whatnot. Always a fun time, and being able to watch the games, periodically throughout the day during school and whatnot was always a fun time, and just a fun time of year.
Yeah, I was laughing a little bit yesterday too. It felt like every single year leading up to this year, they always have the Final Four out and the Final Four in, and it always feels like there's always that one team that gets left out, and people are pretty disappointed about it. And like this year, there's been talk about expanding the tournament to more teams. I felt like the first 4 left out this year, I was like, yeah, they really don't have much of an argument. They all have their flaws to where you can say, yeah, maybe we deserve to be in the tournament. I mean, even like Bruce Pearl has his son, the head coach at Auburn. And he tried to battle a little bit, but it was just basically it was nipped in the bud right away because I don't see why they'd want to, increase. I think leave it at 68 where it is, call it good and work from there. I just think if you go any further than that, you're just adding teams that, I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe there's a listener out there that there's a team that felt they got left out, but I think they found their sweet spot with 60, 68 teams. Stay there and work with that. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but it just felt like this was the first year where there wasn't a team left out where it's like, wow. I think if you had left Miami of Ohio out, you might have had an outrage, but they got them in. So
I agree. You won 30 plus games. I think regardless of conference, it'd be like making the Wichita State teams from a couple of years ago with Ron Baker and Fred VanVleet being like, oh, you lost a game? No, you're done. But they went undefeated. There was they're trying to obviously expanding the tournament. I'm not a fan. I think 64, 68, that's a good sweet number. Leaving 4 teams to play their way in, being a 16 seed, 11 seed or whatnot is the way to do it. Somebody put out, they're trying to expand it to a first 12 essentially is what they're trying to do, like at large play-in games for all the, 12 seeds and the 11 seeds. That's what it would be in the future. So somebody mocked it up what it would be like this year. You'd have like Oklahoma State playing Virginia Tech for a 12 seed. You'd have Auburn playing San Diego State for an 11 seed because it expanded because you're having more of those at-large teams getting in. I'm not a fan of that because then you're just awarding, because like Nebraska, a team who was on the cuffs of a couple of years ago, making the tournament. They made the last, 2 years ago and then this year. But you go back, like imagine a team from like the 2017, 2018 team with James Palmer Jr. and stuff. They probably would have been in, not in the NIT. And then if Nebraska wins a game like that, do they call it their first win in the NCAA tournament? And that adds like a whole other, another layer. Like, does that count as a tournament win? I mean, technically, yes. For like, UMBC playing tomorrow, that'll technically count as a tournament game. Texas playing tomorrow counts as a tournament game. I just think expanding it just kind of devalues the field. I know like the NIT, obviously they don't have the, it's a mid-major tournament essentially now. And then the college basketball crown, which that bracket came out today. Creighton's in it, funny enough, trying to keep the trophy in the state. But I think it just devalues the field. 68's fine. I remember a lot of people are kind of like, why are they doing these playing games? I like it because then you have to earn your way in. And we've seen some teams in past years get hot in those first 4 games. There's always one, it feels like, from time to time who makes some noise playing in that first 4 games. So I like it. 68's the right number.
It's really growing. It grew on me. However, I will say this. I'm always glad every year when Nebraska doesn't get one of those play-in games for the fact that if they would win it, do we count it? Is there an asterisk next to it?
Yep.
I want that first victory to be on a Thursday or a Friday, hopefully Thursday this year. I want that first NCAA victory to be no asterisks next to it. No, they expanded the tournaments and no, it was a play-in game. So they got what they wanted. I'll tell you what, that show on Sunday was probably one of the most anticipated shows for me that I've had. I mean, I think I've been looking forward to that show for like the last 2 weeks. And I don't know if I maybe got caught looking forward a little bit and forgot about the rest of the regular and postseason. But man, I'll tell you what, even when Nebraska got beat on Friday, I was just like, oh, well, it happens. We got the show on Sunday, so I don't know. Bad Nebraska fan. Bad.
So we've seen in past years, Nebraska's kind of been on bubble watch or like maybe on the range of like an 8, 9, 10 seed in past years, a couple of years ago at Keisei Tominaga. I was still nervous watching the show, even though Nebraska was locked in. Like, I don't know. It just instincts, I guess, or not, whatnot. Just, waiting for Nebraska's team to get called. And of course they're in the last region that gets announced. So like, obviously they're in, but I'm just sitting there watching the show and I'm like, man, just show me who they're playing. Like, I'm tired of the speculation. Like, oh, they're going to be here and they're going to play this team then. I was just kind of tired of seeing all the speculation. Just let me know what time they're playing. Let me know who they're playing and what time they will be playing what day. And we finally get a Thursday 11:40 tip against the Troy Trojans of the Sun Belt. So finally get it. Excited. I'm excited to see it. Wings and Rings should be wild on Thursday for the ticket. It'll be a packed house, I assume. People taking off work, I'd assume, getting out. I don't know. Fred Hoiberg, the university, kind of played a little, you saw the tweet that they made, the basketball account saying Fred Hoiberg got a little absence sheet for everybody for work or whatnot. he signed you out. The coach put it together. It is just crazy that this is how it's come down. We knew Nebraska was in the tournament once they started, 20-0 or whatnot. But yeah, wild turn of events. Nebraska playing as a top 16 seed essentially in the NCAA tournament.
And it's funny when I watch that prediction show, and maybe it's just because I'm scarred by it, but the entire time I'm watching it, I'd see a team announce, and I'd be like, okay, now how would that be to play against Nebraska? Like, what's the storyline with Nebraska? Like I saw Wisconsin, and I'm sitting there going, ooh, Nebraska, coming in the next, and then a potential play Wisconsin in the next round after, and I always look at, like even like 2 years ago, Texas A&M. Oh, Texas A&M, interesting. Trev Alberts, athletic. So I always try to look for a storyline. So when they announced us playing Troy, I was like, I don't think there's really a storyline here. I think it's so I was like, okay, just play basketball. There's no undertows, like there's no former athletic director, athletic director there. There's no transfer. There's nothing that's like not Nebraska playing Oregon and Dylan Raiola showing. Oh, I can't say Dylan Raiola on the show, but I'm just, there's no crazy storyline. So I was happy to see that.
Well, Troy, I dove into their tournament history. They also have never won an NCAA tournament game. So I guess that is one of the easiest storylines because Nebraska obviously has not won one in past years. Troy, 2003, they lost to Xavier as a 14 seed, 71-59. 2017, they lost to Duke, 87-65 as a 15 seed. And then last year, they made the tournament, lost to Kentucky as a 14 seed, 93-78. So something's got to give between Troy and Nebraska. One of those teams is going to win their first March Madness game.
And what's crazy about that is Troy's never won an NIT game, a crown game.
No, they've not won. They've never won a postseason game ever. Once the season ends, Sunbelt tournament champions, they've done that a number of years, but they've never won a postseason game past conference championship week. Which is
if it was any other year, I think that would really be bothering me because ain't that just the normal thing that happens to Nebraska basketball? But I got a different attitude this year going into this game. Troy better watch out. I think you're going to catch a Nebraska team that when does Nebraska, I feel like Nebraska plays its best basketball is when the doubters are out or when the doubters come out of the weeds. And I feel like you're hearing some doubt about Nebraska right now. And I was like, for Nebraska, that's at the beginning of the year. All the doubters, well, they can't be in the top 25 yet. They haven't played any, or they haven't, and they reel off, 20 straight games. So I'm excited for Thursday and the fact that I think they've heard the doubters like, well, they've been 6-6 in their last 12 games. They haven't played well 2 of their last 3 or 3 of their last 4, So I like this. I love that for Nebraska because when those doubters come out, that is when Nebraska plays its best basketball. And I think come Thursday, Nebraska's back there again to where they're being doubted a little bit. I think it worked out perfectly for Nebraska.
I also like the early tip time. Sam Hoiberg and Price Sanford talked to the media today, and they mentioned how, they like the early tip times, actually. They've had very few of them, but they've had a couple of them on Saturdays and whatnot, and they've won those games. And they just said, just wake it up and get into a groove. Just something about it. They just feel they feel like they play better during the day. I don't know. They haven't had a lot of them just because a lot of games happen, Monday through Thursday or whatnot, and maybe a Friday game, give or take. But they also like it because they're staying on schedule, too. I think tournament time, sometimes, you're the last game of the day in a session, overtime games happen, games go long and whatnot. You're, let's say if an 8 o'clock tip turns into like 8:45, doing a lot of standing around, got to get back in a routine. You're waiting all day to play. Because obviously there's, the talk of, hey, they've never won a tournament game, but just to get it out of the way. And then you have the rest of the day to prep for the next round. Because if you win on Thursday, you'll play on Saturday at some shape or form at some time. I just like that they're just getting it out of the way and just get that game out of the way and you start on time. You wake up in Oklahoma City, shoot around, whatnot, warm ups, games tipping off at 11:40. Regardless, you don't have to wait on another game beforehand.
And if for some crazy reason we do lose, they're back in town by 5 o'clock that day, and spring football starts up again.
Hey, the women though, if they win on Wednesday, they'll play Friday in the women's tournament as well. But there's also I was talking earlier today. I was like, there's so much going on. You have Husker wrestling at the national championships Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You have Husker baseball, Husker softball having phenomenal starts to their seasons. There's just so much going on in this small shape for me. Nebraska baseball. Cubsker on the chat earlier said, so he's from Kansas. He's going to go to the Wichita State Nebraska baseball game on his trip down to Oklahoma City. Yep. He knows the buddy down there. So
I believe they play.
Yeah.
I think
so like,
usually would say.
Yeah. So like go down there and go watch a baseball game on your way down and cheer on the Huskers in a road game essentially, but could turn into a home game if you have fans driving through town. And then you have a basketball game, which is, I think the fan support, they talked about that as well, about, be able to see that sea of red in Oklahoma City, because they obviously got the last time they got in the tournament and didn't win against Texas A&M, but to see it, this, different team, a team that's a top 4 seed in the region, a team that is on the brink of making history. But obviously you got to win the game still, because everybody in the field of 68 is hungry for a win at this shape and form of the season.
So can I ask you, were you surprised that the ladies made it? I mean, I'll be honest with you. I was a little surprised with the way the season ended, sort of like on such a low note. They got in. I was just like, hello. I was like, respect to the program.
Yeah. I saw some tweets putting out from assistant coaches and whatnot, trying to, get your resume. That's what you're trying to do this time of year. I mean, we saw it with Auburn in the men's. They were all over, coach's dad is obviously on an analyst on TV pitching his team left and right or whatnot, which to his own, I get it or whatnot. But Nebraska, season ends, you lose to Indiana, a team that's not making the tournament. And then it's like, oh, now you got to wait 10 days to figure out your fate. I think it was 11 days to figure out your fate. A lot of sitting around. There's some mid-major tournaments going on during this week after the women played their conference championship week prior. Sitting around waiting to see, bid Steelers and whatnot. And then they get the call. They're playing Richmond on Wednesday night at 6:00 and have a chance to face a former Big 12 foe in Baylor. I was surprised because I mean, a lot of the talk was, WNIT. They're going to host a WNIT game more than likely. But I mean, I guess they did. I mean, you got to look at the Big 10 too. I do see it from the committee standpoint. Like, hey, I mean, they did lose 12 conference games, but the Big 10 women's basketball conference is beyond stacked this year. Like any other normal year, Nebraska is probably not in with that record. But you have Michigan State having a phenomenal year, Iowa, Michigan, Ohio State, UCLA might cut down the nets by the end before April begins. I mean, there are some really good teams that Nebraska had to face, and they hung around with teams like that, like Iowa. Maryland's another one I mentioned that's in there as well. They have a really well-coached team. The list goes on. And was I surprised? Yes, but at the same time, I kind of can see it from the committee standpoint. But playing game on Wednesday in Durham, home with Duke. They're going to play there in a neutral site game, then have to play Baylor. So yes, I was surprised.
And then can I ask you, on your bracket that means everything, who are you selecting as your national champion?
My instant reaction one, I had Duke in Houston or Duke in Florida. I went very chalky because it's you don't know a lot about the teams, but I had Duke and Florida, and then I had Purdue and Michigan running it back. Just I believe in teams get hot at the right time, and Purdue looked like that team that's kind of putting it together at some point in some shape or form. And then I had Duke and Michigan in the rematch because it just sounds kind of poetic. And I think I went with Duke despite their injury concerns and whatnot. But I think Duke's kind of been knocking at that door for a couple of years now. And John Shire kind of put it together finally. But I don't know. It's March. You never know. Like Michigan could lose to St. Louis in the second round with that team they have. That St. Billikens team's really talented. I know they slipped up against Dayton in the conference tournament, but it's interesting. Have to do a little bit more research. I mean, everybody this time of year is a basketball fan, but also kind of tries to be a basketball analyst. Like, I'll tell you, I don't know a little bit about every team in the field. I do watch my mid-major games. I watched Cal Baptist and Utah Valley the other night. Man, that game ruled. I mean, that game was fun. So, like, do I know everything about it? No, but that is just my instant reaction. Obviously, things will change. My picks are not going to be right. Never will be. But it is what it is.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I went up. I just started filling. What I do is I just start filling it out with no like preconceived, like I need this in the Final Four or this, and I just start going, and then wherever I end up. So somehow I ended up with Michigan versus Duke and Michigan winning.
The NCAA, the March Madness app, they have it. You can pick like different sliders for like points per game or whatnot, strength of schedule. They have an easy one that's mascot mode. They give you the mascot of each team, and you pick it off the mascot. So like, hey, if you're not big college, if you're not you don't watch college basketball and maybe just you like the mascots. You can pick it off like the naming, and they give you like little like I'm trying to think what it is. There's like I'd have to look it up right now, but it's like they give you a ranking scale 1 through 5 on like it's like agility, the mascot's agility, or like they different categories like mythical creature or like bird or whatever or whatnot. So like it's interesting to say the least. Here, I'll pull it up real quick before we get a break.
It's like the Mike Leach bracket.
Essentially, yes. Like who would win between a duck and a kook or whatever or not. So yeah, you go to the bracket to make your picks and you press the mascot button. Here, let me see here. You press the mascot button and it'll be like Blue Devils against Retrievers, and it'll say like, who has better agility and more, who has more strength between these two things. I don't know. If maybe that's a way to win. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll have to do a bracket going off mascots and break it to mascots. I don't know. Maybe we'll throw it just here. So we're going to go to a break. When we come back, we'll dive into the World Baseball Classic going on. USA punching their ticket to finals in a very competitive game last night. Japan out, the defending champions as well. Italy playing right now. They've been kind of the underdog in a sense, even though, hey, got some Royals on there. So as a Royals fan, they're guaranteed somebody's going to win it. So we'll be right back. 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Raff's Good Take on Sports. We'll be right back.
Tired of your furnace running overtime this winter? Let Heartland of Nebraska Windows save the day. Upgrade to stunning, energy-saving triple-pane vinyl windows installed by their team of experts. Every window comes with a lifetime warranty on everything, all for a price you can actually afford. Free estimates, flawless replacements, and peace of mind from a family-owned business you can trust. Don't wait. Call Heartland of Nebraska Windows at 402-430-3852 or visit heartlandofnebraskawindows.com today.
Imagine starting your day with a computer glitch that leaves you feeling stuck, frustrated, and unable to get your work done. You have 1,000,001 things to get done today, and waiting for the tech issue to solve itself isn't one of them. It's time to let Hamilton handle the tech so you don't have to. We help businesses across the state spend more time on what they do best and less time frustrated with office technology. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we're focused on providing custom solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Connect with us today at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate. Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years. From design to install, upgrades and repair, If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
Yesterday, your water heater worked just fine. Today, surprise! When you're out of hot water, just call the plumbers at Bryant. In most cases, you can get same-day water heater replacement. What you won't get is a costly surprise with the bill. At Bryant, the price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. No last-minute extras for piping or ventilation alterations. Need a new water heater? Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
At DWE Generations, having a plan matters, especially when it comes to protecting what's most important. They work with individuals, families, and business owners to help make smart financial decisions that support life today and set the foundation for generations. David Darlington, Russell Walton, and Cody Eiler bring decades of experience, and their dedicated team provides follow-through, answering questions, explaining next steps, and staying connected as life evolves. DWE Generations, a generational wealth planning firm. DWE Generations is a marketing name for individuals doing business as representatives of Northwestern Mutual. Visit generations.nm.com or call 402-483-7871 and ask for David, Russell, or Cody.
At Planet Fitness, we're getting strong for the season's biggest games. Join now and your first month is free. Whether you're chasing a buzzer beater or your everyday goals, we've got next level amenities like red light recovery and hydro massage to help you rebound and recover. Plus, with the PF Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and access over 2,800 locations. Join now for $1 down, $24.99 a month, and get your first month free. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, March 13th. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Back to Raff's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket. With all the good takes you need, here is your host, Chris Raff.
Welcome back. Raff's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Nick Wyman holding it down here at 1040 O Street. Chris Raff in the bipolar weather, essentially, in Alabama. But it is what it is. You got to be ready for it, regardless of where you live, I guess. But it is what it is. But hey, baseball's almost here for the MLB, but World Baseball Classic taking center stage currently as USA punched their ticket with a win last night. Little controversial ending with the final pitch, but no ABS, no challenge system in the World Baseball Classic. But a win's a win. And USA will be playing either Venezuela or Italy. And I saw another, I made the joke, it's the Royals Baseball Classic because Maikel Garcia gave Venezuela the lead with a hit. So they are leading 4-2 currently in the bottom of the 8th inning. I think that's what I've taken from this entire tournament, Raff. As a Royals fan, I've been able to sit back and watch each of them just kind of, I feel like it's either Bobby Witt Jr., Vinny Pasquantino's doing something, Jack Caglione on Team Italy as well. Seth Lugo's pitching for Puerto Rico. I'm just able to sit back and just kind of relax and be like, hey, I feel good about the season because they're performing well in the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, there you go. Royals are loaded. They're ready to go. My new team, the Atlanta Braves, represented by Mr. Ronald Acuna Jr. I think that's going to be my new favorite player this year for the Braves. It's all when you select a new favorite team. I mean, you start fresh. You got to find I've been doing my homework, trying to figure out who my favorite player, because I think, why am I forgetting his name? Spencer Schwartz. Who's the other basketball? Schwellenbach. But he's out. He's injured. So I don't think
60-day injured list, I believe.
Yeah, so I don't know. So maybe Aaron Bummer, maybe will be my new favorite pitcher for the Braves, maybe former Nebraska pitcher. But I think Acuna might be my favorite player on the Braves. But it's up for debate. We'll see. But yeah, I'm trying to get back into baseball as much as possible or as much as I can. So I've been keeping an eye on the World Baseball Classic. It's fun and it's exciting. I thought probably Italy would come back and play the United States, but now it's looking maybe Venezuela. Well, you got 5 down to their final 5 outs. So you'll be facing New York Mets pitcher tomorrow night, Nolan McLean. Anytime I hear the name Nolan and the New York Mets together, I'm guessing he throws the ball hard. That's just because his first name's Nolan.
I mean, McLean's a pretty good McLean is a baseball name. Like you think of a baseball guy, that sounds like a baseball player. But
well, I think it's really crazy because I feel like the Mets had a guy with the last name McLean, something McLean on the 69 team, or was it? I feel like it was something.
Yeah, if Nolan McLean, I'm looking to see. I don't see anything else, but something similar more than likely. But hey, gets the ball, take the ball. The World Baseball Classic. Obviously, Paul Skeens pitched the other day. Are you a fan of the World Baseball Classic? I know some people don't like it because like players get hurt and whatnot. We said Edwin Diaz a couple of years ago got hurt in it, and for the Mets closer, funny enough, we mentioned the Mets gets hurt. I like it. I wish they would do somehow include this in the Olympics and just make it an Olympic, like I don't know, do an All-Star break or something. I don't know. I know the players want to play in it, but it's like naturally, I don't know. You'd have to like give up regular season games or start the regular season earlier, start spring training earlier, and then throws off arms and whatnot. It's a very interesting. There's a lot of different factors. I see it from both sides because I'd like to see, with LA hosting the next Olympics, I'd like to see, Bobby Witt Jr. play shortstop in an Olympic game or whatnot. But there's a lot of logistics, a lot of different factors into it and whatnot.
Yeah, I like it. And the thing too is like for the pitchers, for instance, they're going to be pitching in spring training. So if they stay to their schedule and that these managers and coaches are working with their professional teams, at the end of the day, that's who they're getting paid from. So I've seen they've been very conservative with the pitching outings. Skeens was pitching well last night. I think he only pitched like 4 innings, I believe. So they're not.
Yep.
Yeah, they're not overusing them, and I think it's fun. I mean, if it's competitive and people want to play in it, and I see no reason why. It's something fun to watch, because honestly, spring training games, unless you're there in like Arizona or Florida or whatever, they're really not much to watch, on television, unless you're going there and make a day of it. So World Baseball Classic, at least it gives you something competitive. I know that my nephew, John Andrew, he's been going to the games in Houston. I mean, he's having the time of his life right now.
At the World that's I was about to talk about the fans. I think the fan, like the patriotism for your country or whatnot. I think the fans just make it a lot. I've seen a lot of Dominican Republic fans. They're playing music or whatnot, noisemakers and whatnot. I think that's what makes it so fun. That's what makes the World Cup fun. Like the World Cup comes every 4 years. It'll be here in a couple months, actually, here in the United States. Some people aren't soccer fans. I'm a pretty decent soccer fan when it comes to Premier League and MLS and whatnot. But when the World Cup comes around, I'm all in. And those are the 4 years. I remember the players and whatnot. I remember. I hate to mention the World Cup. I remember when USA was in it in Brazil. I was at Pinnacle Bank Arena during a watch party there. As like a freshman in high school watching Tim Howard save goals against Belgium. I was there to watch
was that the Brickyard or the
they had it inside Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Oh, it was inside the arena. See, I watched one at the rail yard one time and it was packed.
It's electric to say the least. Like you may not know the most about soccer or whatnot, but you're around all these people who are just there to, dive into it and learn. And I think that's what helps as a global skill. Like this World Baseball Classic. A lot of people won't be in the baseball, but it's easy to get behind your country. Or, oh, this is Team Japan. They have Shohei Ohtani. Oh, this is the United States. They're represented by Aaron Judge. It's easy to get behind. Like you don't have to be a Yankee fan or a Royal fan or whatnot, but it's easy to get behind, the countries and whatnot from an outsider. I think that helps grow the sport because then the season will start literally not this week, but the following week. And then you're right into the baseball season. It helps grow your fan base, not only in said teams with the 30 clubs, but also the sport in general.
Yeah, and like you said, you get to see players too that might not be that everyday name for the major leagues, but they might make a name for themselves here in the World Baseball Classic. Then you might see them, playing in the majors here in a month or two or sooner than that. So I guess It's cool. It's a cool way, I think, for baseball to spread the game, because I'm one of the first to say, I think Major League Baseball has done a horrible job of marketing, especially in the United States over the last, 10, 15 years. You just don't have, your main people. Then after that, it just kind of falls off. Like I was hard pressed to name, more than 2 Braves players, I like Acuna, Albies, and then after that, I'm like, oh boy, but now I'm getting my pitching staff down, and I'm learning day by day. So I'm working pitchers right now, and then fielders next week, or maybe later this week.
There you go. The Bobby Witt Jr., I see he's made all these defensive plays during the World Baseball Classic, the Royals shortstop. A lot of people are like, wow, this is crazy. As a Royals fan who watches almost every single game, we just call that Sunday in watching Royals games. It's just another day. You see that. I see him make plays like that on the daily watching the Kansas City Royals. But everybody else, it's like everyone's shocked. Like, oh my gosh, he made that throw from his knees and turned that double play. It's like I see this maybe once a game.
He signed a 10-year contract, didn't he?
Yes, a couple of years ago. Royals made that's huge to get him locked in.
That's big time.
He's been, Michael Garcia just signed an extension as well. He's having a really good outing, playing third base for Venezuela as well. So a lot of hope already. The Royals made the playoffs a couple of years ago, knocked out Baltimore. That was kind of like, wow, look at this group, what they can do. And it wasn't the greatest lineup. Somehow played the Yankees, took it to them a little bit, won a game somehow there. But now, this season, there's a lot of hope just because the AL Central, obviously the Tigers are probably the favorite there, but wild card and whatnot, maybe he makes some noise. You got a good pitching staff. Carlos Estevez is on the Dominican on the team as well down there too. So there's a lot of really good Royals showing out in the World Baseball Classic. So I'm hopeful that they carry that into the season, because the worst thing is you peak in the World Baseball Classic, then you get to the regular season, and then the season just kind of unravels. So that was the Royals' problem last year.
And I'm going to be interested to see this year at Kauffman with the fences being in a little bit, because, man, that field, what it used to go out, I think 410 to center field, but the alleys were just so deep to get one out of there. You had to crush it. So now that they brought the fences in, did bring in like 10 or 15 feet, I believe, in the alleys or something like that. So it'll be interesting to see how that works for the advantage of the Royals this year. I think Bobby Witt's going to have a few more home runs, I would guess.
Yeah, Vinny Pasquantino as well. Vinny Pasquantino, mostly a pole hitter, but maybe he can poke one out to left field. Maybe I don't know. It's not Yankee Stadium yet, but teams have been doing it in past years. Even the Mets did it at their stadium at Citi Field a couple of years ago. They pushed the fences in just because guys weren't hit. I thought it was really interesting because Kauffman, the Royals have kind of been this kind of team that's built on, defense and pitching and speed. Not a big home run hitting team. The reason they said they visited with some of their analytics and their data guys who are getting paid to do that and whatnot, and they push the fences in because they think it's best for their team. We won't know that until probably 100 some games in the season. Like I'm not going to take April and be like, oh, they made the wrong choice, push them back, or or push them more in or whatnot. You won't know until maybe not even through the entire 80 some games they'll play at home this year, but also next year and the following year. And then depending on what their new stadium looks like or whatnot, when that whole situation is kind of muddy, whenever that comes around. So baseball's almost here. It's crazy how fast it moves. Because I feel like spring training just happened the other day, and you mentioned the spring training games. I can never really get into them. It's like preseason NFL. Like I like that guys are battling for roster spots. It's just hard to follow, especially. And the Royals haven't really been on any TV as well. But there's just so many moving parts. It's hard to follow from your couch or whatnot.
And then if you catch them on like a split squad day, there's a chance the entire lineup you might not know a player on the entire. Unless you're like a super fan. Because I'll look at the Braves and I'll just be like, whoa, who is this? I have no clue. So I'm all in on the Braves now. Watch out. I'm gonna be a Brave supporter.
Why'd you switch teams? Who was your team before?
Oh, I'd probably say like the Royals, probably. I always, partial to the Royals, I guess. But being that we did a family vote and our Frenchie's name is Ozzy.
Okay, like Ozzy Albies. Okay.
He had the deciding vote, and ended up being we're Braves fans. I won't disclose who voted for who, but I will say that Ozzy had the deciding vote, which made us Braves fans.
I guess so. That's an interesting way to become. If anybody ever asks, "Oh, how'd you get to be our Frenchie named Ozzy?" That's a story to be told. So I will forever remember that now as we dive into baseball season here in the next couple of weeks. As we, it'll be something to talk about throughout that. So Awesome story. Hey, it's everybody becomes a fan some way, shape, or form for your said team or said sport. That's one of them.
It's really crazy too, because when I was a young kid, the California Angels were my team. Rod Carew.
Okay. Yep.
So I don't think I've ever told you my Royals story down in the first time I met Rod Carew.
No, you have not.
Oh yeah, this is the all-time great of all times. So
Great.
This is before Major League Baseball put the where people couldn't go into the locker rooms.
Okay.
So we're in the locker room and I'm sitting on Rod Carew's lap when he's hitting 400 back in 1983. Yeah, it was classic. Got my picture taken sitting on Rod Carew's lap when I was like 12 years old.
Hey, I guess that works. That works, I guess. That's how fanhood starts at a young age, and something you remember for the rest of your life. Like you just brought it now here in the year 2026.
Well, I thought it was young back in the time, but look at now, I was 12 years old. Rod Carew must have been like, what in the heck is a 12-year-old sitting on my lap for? So
now you put more context into it. Now it's like, I don't know. I was thinking you're like 6 or 8 years old, but 12, you're reaching like junior high. You're like 2 years away from high school, but hey.
Oh, hang on. Maybe I was less than 12. I think I was 10. I was 10. Everything is okay. We're good.
12. I don't know. I thought you were gonna be like, oh, I was 11. I'd be like, Raff, that's not much of a difference here, but
yeah, 12 was too old. Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, I think I was 9 or 10. So that's much better. Yes.
Oh, there it is. We're gonna go to break on that note. Stick with us. Raff's Good Take on Sports here at 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Looking for something fun tonight? Axe throwing, local beer, and great vibes are waiting at Arbor Axe House. From casual nights out to celebrations and team events, it all starts here. Reserve a lane today at arboraxe.com. Arbor Axe House at the corner of N Street and Antelope Valley.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Rick Heyman here from Sauter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sauter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sauterheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio, video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Fans, are you craving the ultimate game day experience? Red Zone Sports Bar and Grill has your front row seat to all the action. Dive into delicious wings, juicy burgers, and ice-cold drinks, all served up with TVs covering every inch of the wall, so you'll never miss a play. Rally your crew, cheer on your team, and take advantage of game night specials every week. Stop in for a Nebraska basketball game with a party of 4 or more and receive a free pitcher of beer. Red Zone Sports Bar and Grill, right by the Lincoln Airport at 3111 Northwest 12th Street.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas, and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Nutrition Authority invites you to check out the top-selling Epic Effects. Epic Effects is designed to help blast body fat, curb cravings, and provide smooth energy so you can cruise through the day. Home of free samples and better than internet pricing, Epic Effects can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. Back to Raff's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket. With all the good takes you need, here is your host, Chris Raff.
Welcome back. Raff's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Couple more minutes left, but Raff, I wanted to bring it up. The NBA expansion talks. We've heard rumblings about it for time and time again for that last couple of years because the league is growing and whatnot. The league will hold a vote at the Board of Governors meeting March 24th and 25th to explore adding expansion teams exclusively in Las Vegas and Seattle, with the two franchises targeting a 2028-2029 season. There's momentum for it, but there's a lot of other factors to go. But a team in Las Vegas, which has, been the site of a summer league for the last couple of years. WNBA team, the Aces are right there. And then Seattle, a team that lost the Supersonics to the Thunder in Oklahoma City, could be coming back. The Supersonics elite logo, I love the colors. I remember seeing 1 year of them with Kevin Durant. I don't remember anything much else, but that is it'd be nice to see a team in Seattle because their sports fans are, as we know, but the Seahawks and the Kraken and the Mariners are some elite fan bases.
Bring back the Supersonics. Sean Kemp. It's time.
Yep.
Bring them back. Yeah, they deserve it.
So funny, Kevin Durant is a free agent entering that season. So funny, sign with Seattle for your final year. Go back. I mean, he did technically play a year there because his rookie year was there, and then they moved.
Yeah.
So, hey, it'd be a good storybook ending for, his career. Obviously, what happened, with Golden State goes there, ring chases or whatnot. Hey, it was what it was. Goes, he's hopped from team to team now, but it'd be tell somebody a couple years ago, hey, he's going to play for the Seattle Supersonics again. You would have been like, all right, what are you talking about? You're crazy. There's no shot. But yeah, that'd be really cool to add those teams, adds more roster spots, and what those teams could be.
Yeah. It's possible. I think I'd give the nod to Seattle over Vegas just for right now, just for the fact that you have such crazy fans in Seattle that I think that would be your hot spot.
It'd be both teams. They bring in two teams, so it'd be Las Vegas.
Even it up. Yeah, you're right. So,
and then with that, you'd have to move teams from the Western Conference to the Eastern Conference So that's looking like it would be, hypothetically, it looks like Minnesota and Memphis would be the two teams who would hop over the U. Like, that'd be weird being like, oh, the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference. Like, what? That takes, I mean, it happens. Like, Seattle used to be in the AFC West for football, and it happens. Cardinals, I believe, were in the AFC West as well for a bit as well. It is.
No Cardinals.
No Cardinals? Man, I remember Seattle for a very distinct moment they were. But
Seattle was there for a long time. Seattle was there from 76 until.
But now saying that in the year, nowadays it'd be like, oh, Seattle and Denver was a conference game. Now it's like, all right, that's a Super Bowl matchup potential now. It's weird to say. But before we get out of here, Raff, what's your good take for this Monday, March 16th, 2026?
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's good take goes out to Sherry from the Next 24 show that's on every Sunday from 8 to 9. It is her birthday today. Sherry is the nicest, kindest, I mean, just an amazing heart. Every time I walk into the ticket and she's sitting there, always asks how I'm doing, always asks how Tracy's doing. Just the best person. So Sherry, I hope you've had a tremendous birthday. I'm sure Mike has spoiled you greatly, but you are Ralph's good take for all the great things you do. Before we get out of here, I got to look at this WBC game, this World Baseball Classic update while we're going. You're going down, Venezuela. You're going down. Oh, Venezuela won, and Venezuela wins. They did not give up the lead. 4-2 final score. So Royals third baseman Michael Garcia and Salvador Perez and the catcher going up against Bobby Witt Jr. In the United States. So I'll be happy regardless. I mean, obviously USA, building off of what happened in the hockey, the Olympics with the men and women winning, got to go for the United States. But seeing Salvador Perez win something else and Michael Garcia, I wouldn't be too fond about it. I just hope the Royals guys have a fun time. That's my biggest takeaway. But USA winning would be really cool. Just how they lost last time, and this came around when Mike Trout went up against Shohei Ohtani, which was a huge deal at the time. Because it's like, wow, these two get to see these two go up against each other after they were teammates for such a long time before Shohei went to the Dodgers. And then now you get the Venezuela United States tomorrow night, 7:00 for the WBC championship game. Who would have thought? I was thinking we were getting a Japan United States rematch, but it just happens. There's no series in these, one game elimination. Should be exciting for United States. I mean, hey, I remember the one time they won it. What was it, 2016 when they won it? Adam Jones makes that catch at the wall. I don't know if you remember seeing that, but it was a fun time to watch. So we're almost there. Baseball season's almost there, Raff. So what day's opening day? April?
It's next Thursday, not this Thursday, but the next Thursday, March 28th.
Oh, so we go. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's go, Braves.
What I said, or March 26th, right around the corner. There will be a couple games in. I think there's an opening night game, the Giants and the Yankees as well. They're playing that game on Netflix. The Royals, I'm mad about this. Before we go, the Royals were set to play on March 26th against the Braves. Funny enough, they're playing each other. They're playing one another in the opening day. But they moved opening day to Friday, March 27th, because they were going to originally play Thursday, off day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now they're playing Friday, Saturday, Sunday in just a normal 3-day series. But that means I have to wait an extra day for Royals baseball.
Is that at Kaufman or is that in Atlanta?
It's in Atlanta. So starting off on the road.
You're in trouble. 0-3 to start the year.
All right, March 16th, we already got bragging rights on the line in a 163 game season. So no, if Royals went 0-3, I'm not going to push the panic button because that's what baseball is. Control, you can control. Teams get hot. It is what happened. The Yankees got swept by Miami last year. Miami was sitting at home while the Yankees were a couple games away from the World Series. So that is all we have. Raff, nice chatting with you today. We'll see you tomorrow. Harrison probably going to be here as we get ready for tomorrow. World Baseball Classic, 7:00, and then March is here, March Madness. So Raff's going to get out of here. Don't Punt Hour with DeMornay Personnel come up next right here on 93.7 The Ticket.